Hello friends, Kalrao School Halol presenting this video for standard 9th English medium subject SS. Friends, today we are going to start about new chapter, lesson number 11, Indian Judiciary. Okay, Indian Judiciary is one of the important part from the administrative government of India. So we have to study about in detail about Indian Judiciary in this chapter. Okay, let's start. We have studied in detail about two organs of the government. We already studied about the two organs of the government in our previous chapter, the legislative and the executive. Now we shall study in detail about the third organ of the government. We know in our chapter number 10 organs of the government. Okay, three organs of the government were there. Okay, legislative, executive. For both the two we studied in deep. Okay, but in judiciary we studied in introduction part only. About the judiciary we have to study in detail in this chapter. The judiciary, which is an which is the independent, stability and impartial organs of the government. It is the independent and impartial organ of the government. Judiciary is called the independent and impartial organ of the government. You can say the Constitution of India provides for a systematic, organized and uniform judicial system throughout India. If you are talk about the systematic organization which were worked for the judicial system, that is worked as all around India, it is based on a step by step. Okay, the Indian judiciary system is in the form of the pyramid hierarchy. Okay, pyramid hierarchy, that is the form of the form of the Indian judiciary. You can see this is the pyramid. Okay, from the bottom to top it is situated like this. On the east you can see the trial court or supreme court. On next level it will be a taluka court or district court. On the third level it is a chief court, that is called the high court, and next one as a top of the floor, that is called supreme court. So this is into the pyramid shape, and this is the formation of the Indian judiciary. We have established a uniform judiciary, and in it at the topmost level here the Supreme Court, which is the apex court. At the middle level there are high courts, and the under jurisdictions there are the district court and the district level, taluka court at a taluka level, and local and special court. Okay, here given about the explanation of this pyramid. Okay, at the top level you can say the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is known as the apex court. In the middle if you see there is a high court. Okay, and downside there is a district court, taluka court, and there are many local and special court related to the different related with the different areas. Okay, apart from this there are the trial court. Okay, in spite of that there are trial court and tribunals which are established to cater to various objective. Okay, so this is the basic information about the various level of the Indian judiciary. Okay, importance of the judiciary. What is the importance of the judiciary? A neutral and impartial judiciary is essential and a federal system of the protection and prevention of the rights of the Indian citizen to solve any of the incountably between the central state, between one state and the other state, regarding the division of the workload. Okay, if you are talk about the impartial and neutral judiciary, that is very essential. If you are talk about the federal system, that is very important. And if you are the citizen of India, okay, judiciary is be there to protect you from any kind of the crime. Okay, so this is worked for all over the India, for the work for the it is worked for the citizen, and it also work impartially towards any of the Indian. Okay, the judiciary is an important organ as an interrupt the constitutionally of any provision of any law, so that the supremacy of the constitution prevails. in order that the legislator and the executive do not violate any of the constitution limitations. We require in country independent, free and impartial, fearless judiciary, which is the foundation of the democracy. If you are talk about the importance of the judiciary, okay, it is very important. Okay, if you are talk about the constitutionally part, okay, the constitutionally it is it is the provision of any law, that is the supremacy of the constitution. Okay, so that is a very important part of the Indian constitution. The objective of the constitution is to see in the judiciary process. Okay, if you want to see the target, or if you want to see the if you want to see the objective of the constitution, that is the part of the judiciary process. There is no flow or delay, and citizen get quick, cheap and equal justice. Okay, the citizens of the India can get the cheap and quick justice from the judiciary of India. In the presence of a alert legislative, executive and judiciary will always remain active, but many a time due to the administrative inactiveness and the irresponsibility of the executive and unauthoritativeness of the legislative, impartial, colonized to independent and fearless judiciary has shown the judicial inactiveness. In sometimes it will be happen in with the judiciary, this type of situation. Okay, now first of all, Supreme Court, that is known as the apex court. Okay, so Supreme Court is the apex court. In another name, Supreme Court is known as the apex court in the Indian judiciary. It is known as the apex court in the Indian judiciary. As per the Constitution of India, it is the topmost judiciary organization. If you are talk about the topmost court of the India, it is the apex court, or you can say it is a Supreme Court. Okay, it is situated in Delhi. Supreme Court or apex court is situated in Delhi. All the civil and criminal courts of India have to work under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. That is very important. All the Supreme Court and criminal court work under the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court consists of one of the Chief Justice and 28 additional judges. Okay, if you are talk about the judge of the Supreme Court, there are 28 additional judge and one chief judge in that Supreme Court. The Chief Justice of a Supreme Court is appointed by the President of India. Who appointed the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court? President of India. The number of the judges into the Supreme Court is decided by the Parliament, but the President feels that the workload of the Supreme Court is increased, then the President can appoint the additional ad hoc judges to the Supreme Court as per the provision of the Constitution. Okay, that is the very important point. If President feel that the workload is become more, okay, workload ज़्यादा हो रहा है, तो Supreme Court के अंदर जो है वो judge, as a judge, President can appoint many other judges to the Supreme Court if workload is more than. Okay, the judges into the Supreme Court is appointed on the basis of, okay, what will be the qualification for the judge of the Supreme Court, basis on the seniority, expert for the Chief Justice, except for the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, all the other judges are appointed the Constitution with the Chief Justice as well as the other senior judges. Okay, so this is the information about the apex court or Supreme Court. Now we are going to discuss about the qualification for being the judge of the Supreme Court. A person who is appointed the judge of a Supreme Court should be, number 1, citizen of India. Number 2, should have provided service at least 5 years as a judge in a high court. He must have an experience of a judge into the high court for 5 years. Number 3, should have the experience at least 10 years of the advocate in any high court. हाई कोर्ट के अंदर 10 years का एडवोकेट का एक्सपीरियंस उसको होना चाहिए. Number 4, should be a distinguished judge or a famous jurist as per the opinion of the president. ओके, सो वो एक अच्छा जज होना चाहिए और फेमस जूरी होना चाहिए, जूरी मेंबर. ओके, शुड नॉट बी मोर देन 65 ईयर्स और एज. ओके, उसकी एज जो है वो 65 ईयर्स से ज़्यादा नहीं होनी चाहिए. सो दिस आर द क्वालिफिकेशन फॉर बिकमिंग द जज ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. ओके, thus the retirement age of the 60 is 65 years for the judges of the Supreme Court. Okay, what is the retirement age of the judge of the Supreme Court? 65 years. Okay, now next point is about the time period. The retirement age is 65 years for the judge of the Supreme Court. If you are talk about the retirement age of the Supreme Court judge, it is about the 65 years. However, the change into the age retirement can be made by the parliament through the framing the law. They cannot carry the practice in a law in any of the Indian court, but they can be provided their service in a community appointed to the investigate into the uncommon situations or event. Okay, so this is the very important point, that after 65 years he will be retired. Okay, the Supreme Court judge, he will be retired. The retirement can be made by the parliament through the framing the law. Okay, they cannot carry any practice in any Indian court. वो कोई भी इंडियन कोर्ट के अंदर अपनी प्रैक्टिस आगे नहीं कर सकता है. ओके, लेकिन वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन के अंदर या कोई भी अनकॉमन सिचुएशन के अंदर अपनी हेल्प दे सकता है. इफ़ incapable to carry out their duties before the time of the retirement. Okay, so here the condition of the incapability, बराबर है, रिटायरमेंट से पहले वो इनकेपेबल हो जाता है. देन अंडर द सर्कमस्टेंसेस देयर कैन बी रिजाइन willingly, तो अपनी मर्जी से ही कैन गिव द रिजाइन फ्रॉम द पोस्ट ऑफ द trending return the resignation to the president. The judge of the Supreme Court can resign to the president if he is incapable to do his duty. Okay, his or her whatever. But the judges can be removed from their post and power if they are found to be guilty or incapability, misconduct or insufficiency. In this type of the condition, okay, in the condition of guilty, incapability, misconduct or insufficiency, he can be forced to give the resignation. Okay, this removal is accordance with the provisions of the constitution, and it carried out through the impeachment motions of the parliament. So that is called impeachment of the motions of the parliament. You see that. Okay, the procedure for it is as follow. Every house of the parliament, every house means upper house and lower house, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, has submit a memorandum having the majority support to the president of the total number of the members, and at least two-third number of the members present into the respective session. Based on the presentation by order and precedent, the judge can be removed from his posts. Okay, the parliament monitors the presentations of the memorandum regarding to the misbehavior of the judge and conducting of the investigation, as well as conducting of the proof for the same. The concerned judge is given the opportunity to present his narration to the self defense into the parliament. So this is the condition, okay, in which under the circumstances the judge of the Supreme Court has to work. The President of India, if you are talk about the President of the India, administer the oath, the secretary and loyalty towards the constitution. सिक्रेरी, ओके, नॉट सेक्रेटरी, सिक्रेरी. तो जो प्रेसिडेंट होता है वो उसको ऑथ दिलाता है टू द जजेस हु अपॉइंटेड टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. वॉट एवर द जजेस आर देयर who appointed as the judge of the Supreme Court, they take the oath under the president. Okay, before taking the charge for their post, और वो पोस्ट का चार्ज लेने से पहले ये प्रोसेस होती है. जज रिक्वायर्ड टू टेक द ओथ ओरल एज वेल एज साइन द प्लेज. ओके, उनको ओरल भी ओथ दिलाई जाती है और एक पेपर के ऊपर साइन भी लिया जाता है. Power and jurisdictions of the Supreme Court. Which are the power and what are the jurisdictions of the Supreme Court? Now, the Supreme Court of India possess more power, has the vast jurisdiction into the comparison to the other court of the world. Okay, India की जो Supreme Court है, because India is a democratic country और India has a vast population, that's why India has in the Supreme Court has possessed the more power and vast jurisdiction in comparison to any other court of the world. Okay, jurisdiction can be divided into the original jurisdiction, applicate jurisdiction and the adversary jurisdiction. There are three types of the jurisdictions. Okay, remember it: original jurisdiction, applicate jurisdiction and adversary jurisdiction. Okay, now we have to study about that all the three parts in detail. Now first one is original jurisdiction. What is original jurisdiction? When the court has a power to directly give the judgment. Okay, when the court has a power to give the judgment directly after hearing a case, such power is known as the original jurisdiction. केस सुनने के बाद तुरंत उसकी अथॉरिटी होती है कि वो जो अपना फैसला है वो सुना दे, दैट इज कॉल्ड ओरिजिनल जुरिडिक्शन. एंड द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज़ द पावर टू मेक द डिसीजन रिगार्डिंगली. सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज़ अ पावर. ओके, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास पावर होता है कि वो अपना जो डिसीजन है वो रिगार्डिंगली, मतलब कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज़ द टॉप मोस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ द इंडिया. ओके, इट इज़ द हाइएस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ द इंडिया, सो इट हैज़ अ पावर टू शो देयर decision directly in case which no other court has. Okay, under the jurisdiction the following parties should be involved whose conflict and resolved by the Supreme Court. Okay, here given about the next point is there, it has a power to settle the dispute between the government of India and one more state. Okay, what are the power which original jurisdictions has? तो first power क्या होता है? It has a power to settle द डिस्प्यूट. जो डिस्प्यूट होता है इंडिया की गवर्नमेंट और दूसरे स्टेट की गवर्नमेंट के बीच में, वॉट एवर द डिस्प्यूट वर दैट he can, so it can solve. Number 2, it has a power to resolve the difference of the opinion, fight. It has a power to resolving the difference of opinion. Okay, resolve the difference of opinion, fight or conflict between the government of India and state government or the other government. ये second number power होता है. Third, it has complete power to give the judgment regarding the fights quarrel between the state. दो स्टेट के बीच में भी अगर कोई quarrel हो जाता है तो उसका जो जजमेंट देने का जो पावर है, it has a supreme court. The Supreme Court has the right to give the judgment concerning any set of the union government or constitutionally. And last point, it has a power to protect and preserve the fundamental rights of the citizen of India. Okay, Supreme Court has also the power to protect and preserve the fundamental right of any citizen of India. Moreover, it is empowered issue, okay, habeas corpus mandamus in order to the prohibition. So this is the power and work of the Supreme Court. It is not the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to settle dispute related to the distributions of the river water between the state or state. Okay, the separate water tribunal give the judgment. The judgment of the Supreme Court is final. See, this is very important. The judgment of the Supreme Court is final and cannot be challenged at anywhere. They have to respected by all because सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज़ द एपेक्स कोर्ट, हाईएस्ट कोर्ट. अगर एक बार उसने जो डिसीजन दे दिया तो उसको कोई नो वन कैन चेंज दैट डिसीजन. ओके, सो दिस इज द पावर ऑफ द पावर एंड वर्क ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. नाउ नंबर 2 point, applicate jurisdiction. Number 2 is about the applicate jurisdiction. 3 types of the appeals can be made in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court के अंदर listen it very carefully. 3 types of the appeal can be made into the Supreme Court under the applicate jurisdiction. Under the applicate jurisdiction, there are 3 types of the appeals you can made into the Supreme Court. Okay, case for the constitutional interpretation, appeal against the civil cases, and appeal against the criminal cases. For this, in three types of condition, you can appeal into the Supreme Court. Which three are? Cases for the constitutional interruption. Number two, appeal against the civil cases and criminal cases. Okay. Now number one, if any person can अप्रोच अ सुप्रीम कोर्ट अगेंस्ट द जजमेंट, अगर कोई कोर्ट में नीचे की लोअर कोर्ट में, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट के अंदर कोई जजमेंट आया और कोई पर्सन जो है वो अप्रोच करना चाहता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर उस जजमेंट को इन ऑर्डर और रेट गिवन बाय अ हाई कोर्ट और एनी केस only if a certificate is issued by the high court along with the judgment that the case involves any matter pertaining to the constitution which has falsely interpreted or content or important question or questions of law, hence the petitioner can be appealed into the Supreme Court for the same. So this is the first condition if anyone wants to appeal into the Supreme Court. If any such सर्टिफिकेशन इज नॉट गिवन बाय द हाई कोर्ट, अगर हाई कोर्ट ऐसा कोई सर्टिफिकेट नहीं देता है, इन दैट कंडीशन द प्रिटेनियर अप्रोच द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, देन इन सच अ सर्कमस्टेंसेस ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट फाइंड that any constitutional right is violated, then can be accept the provisional appeal. So that is the decision will be depend on the Supreme Court. Okay, but in any of the circumstances only the petitioner who is the party into the working of the high court can be approached the Supreme Court only under the reason that a false judgment is issued by the high court or any other court. So this is the circumstances in which any of the person can appeal into the Supreme Court. Okay, number one. Number two, in case of the civil cases, if you are talk about the civil cases, the high court certified, okay, high court जो है certify करती है that cases involve important questions of the interruptions of law, that cases hold the general importance and necessary that the Supreme Court decide, then the appeal can be made in the Supreme Court. Judgment of any civil cases involves sum of the rupee 1 lakh or more can be challenged in Supreme Court. So this is about the civil case. Now third, criminal case. So in case of the criminal, if any lower court has acquitted the criminal फॉर अ कैपिटल पनिशमेंट, ओके, कैपिटल पनिशमेंट मीन्स पैसों वाली जो फाइन भरवाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड कैपिटल पनिशमेंट. एंड इन दैट केस द हाई कोर्ट हैज़ गिवन अ कैपिटल पनिशमेंट टू द क्रिमिनल, देन सच अ सर्कमस्टेंसेस एन अपील कैन बी मेड इन सुप्रीम कोर्ट. ओके, द सुप्रीम कोर्ट कैन रिव्यू its judgment. Supreme Court can review its judgment. It can transfer cases that are going on in under courts to the Supreme Court. The Parliament can increase the power of the Supreme Court by framing act. Okay, so these three, okay, civil, number one is civil, number one if you are talk about that is the case of the constitutional, number two is about the civil case and number three about the criminal case. तो इन तीनों कंडीशन के अंदर किस तरीके से हम अपील कर सकते हैं उसके बारे में यहाँ पे डिटेल के अंदर इंफॉर्मेशन दी गई है. नाउ नंबर 3 पॉइंट इज अबाउट द एडवर्सरी जुरिडिक्शन. व्हाट इज एडवर्सरी जुरिडिक्शन? if president feels that any of the particular matter or question hold importance from the point of view of public welfare, then the president can take the counsel of the Supreme Court by spending the matter of or question to the Supreme Court for a constitution. Under the provisions, the president can evaluate counsel from the Supreme Court into the question pertaining the law, reality and the constitutional interruptions of the relevancy of any bill. But if the Supreme Court finds that it is unnecessary to consider or give the opinion on the same matter, it can be back to the president. So this is very important point, friends, and it is not the mandatory for the president to follow the, जरूरत नहीं है कि प्रेसिडेंट हर टाइम पे, इट इज़ नॉट कंपल्सरी टू फॉलो द advice counsel given by the Supreme Court. Okay, next is about the other power. Which are the other power of the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court has a power to review its own judgment. अपने खुद का जजमेंट का भी वो रिव्यू कर सकते हैं. The Supreme Court can be punished for the contempt of the court. Okay, contempt of the court को भी वो पनिश कर सकता है. किसी ने कोर्ट का अपमान कर दिया, ओके, रूल्स को तोड़ दिया, तो Supreme Court has a power to nullify any steps law taken by the executive of the violates constitution. This right has been given to the president into the constitutional under the provision rights of the constitutional remedies. Supreme Court has thus the guardian and survival of the constitution and citizens. So these are the power of the Supreme Court, how Supreme Court work, okay, which type of the jurisdiction Supreme Court have and which they are. This is the information regarding the Indian judiciary. Okay, in this video till here we stopped our explanation, friends. This is very easy about the Indian judiciary. Okay, Indian जो judiciary है, what is the importance of judiciary, और अपेक्स कोर्ट मीन्स के हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जो होती है वो इंडिया की टॉप मोस्ट कोर्ट होती है, और उसके अलावा पावर एंड जुडिक्शन ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्या होते हैं, ओरिजिनल जुडिक्शन इज व्हाट, एप्लीकेटेड जुडिक्शन के जो तीन होते हैं, एप्लीकेटेड जुडिक्शन के 3 पार्ट हमने देखे, केसेस फॉर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इंटरप्रिटेशन, अपील अगेंस्ट द सिविल केसेस एंड अपील अगेंस्ट द क्रिमिनल केसेस. दिस 3 आर द important part of the applicant jurisdictions, and lastly advocating jurisdiction or other power. Till here we stopped our explanation. In our next video we will discuss about more from this chapter. Okay, and listen, related to this video, whatever the PDF file I will send, question answers and whatever there, you have to write down in your notebook. In our next video we will discuss about more from this chapter. Bye, take care.